No, but for real, like, 2018, we're back. Boom. I feel like that's a better hashtag. We're back. I'm just gonna keep saying that throughout my talk. But for real, like, I missed you guys. So like, I went to New York, and I was like, oh, real quick, like, sum up New York. It's beautiful. It's just like, huh? Yes, and I did see the Rockettes, and that was phenomenal. Like, they had the Christmas show special, a little weird, like, so they like tried to cater it to like adults and kids, and so like, they had Santa like walking around, like, oh, ho, ho, Santa! He was like narrating the whole thing, so that was a little weird for me. But other than that, it was awesome. And like, they had a whole, I'll bring pictures next week, and I'll show you guys, but they ended with the story of Jesus. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. And they had like this whole manger set up, and it was like legit, it had real camels, real sheep, real, like these wise men had like, oh, it was like, oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful production. It was fantastic. So, I brought back a postcard from New York. Is there anyone in here that is your first time here today? First time? Nope, I never. That's right, I just met. You too. Alright, I'll have one postcard, but I'm going to get another postcard, and then next time I see you, I'm going to give you one too, okay? You like that? Yeah? It's New York. No, I bought it in a shop. It's like, from New York. I didn't even like get it mailed here. I got it from the 9/11 Memorial. It was really cool. So, New York, go. If you get a chance, go. I promise, like, it's the it's just good. The old brick buildings, like, I wish our room could look like New York. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about New York because I just like you guys go like, oh, I want to go. Yeah, that was my Christmas, and I came back just before New Year's because it's crazy there on New Year's, and it was great. It was awesome. But we're back. New year, new me. No, I'm just kidding. That's it. That talk is on Wednesday. But for real, like, new year, we're back. We're back in the grind, all right? These next 4 weeks, we're going to talk about the grind, all right? The grind, the grub, everything that comes within that, the grind. The what? I don't know what that is. Is that a dance? Is that like, just like this? I don't know. That's the Cat Daddy? I don't know. I'm getting old, guys. I can't keep up. But the grind, this idea of being able to get through this life that we have in the midst of all the chaos that the world says, everything else that happens, and in the midst of keeping our faith with God, all right? So, in this series, we're going to be looking at a really cool guy named Daniel. Anyone know Daniel? Daniel Marsden, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, were the fire furnace. VeggieTales, if you saw it. If not, we're going to get that clip and we're going to play it when we go over that part. It's going to be phenomenal. But for real, the grind, this idea. And so originally I was going to start my talk by just silence and like just go through like my normal morning. But I didn't want to bring like my bed and like all my sheets and everything here. So I was like, all right, I'm going to wait. And I'm gonna like just gonna talk you through like a normal day. Like so, this is Matt. Like when he gets ready, right? Not gets ready, but when he wakes up and goes to work and everything else. All right. So I got like my. I used to sleep on a twin, but now it's like a queen. So like I feel like I'm like, oh, like so much room. I'm 6'2", so a 6'2" guy on a twin bed is like me on 3 of those chairs. It's terrible. Like so, like I'd be like hanging out the bed and terrible. So like wake up, alarm goes off, and really cool thing about my phone, I should have set the alarm and showed you, but when my alarm goes off, it's like a peaceful or something like that, and then it goes, good morning, Matthew. That's a little creepy. It took me a while to get used to that. But it's like, good morning, Matthew. It is now 69 degrees outside. The weather is and it's this time. And I'm like, oh, thanks, phone. And then I get up, most of the time I hit snooze, and then I like sleep for another 20 minutes. Then I get up. When I get up, brush my teeth, I started a plan on YouVersion Bible app. I'm going to try to do that. It's one of my goals for this year, is to start my day in the Bible app every morning. So I'll go do that plan. Brush my teeth, brush my hair, or I'll throw a hat on, either way. Go out the door, because I normally don't eat breakfast, just because it's so weird, whatever. Yes. I skipped that part. I think you guys know when we go through my wardrobe, like, what I'm going to wear today, I got to look cool, the kids are going to pick on me. I've actually been weaning out my wardrobe on basically how you guys judge my outfits. I'm like, yep, that's going to go, goodwill. No. But, it's good. But, thank you, I appreciate it, I tried. So, I actually really did. I was like, no, they're going to hate me if I wear this. And so, get ready, go out the door, come here, you know, park in the back parking lot, and I don't know why, something at the end of last year, everyone decided that parking spaces are not valid here. And so literally like people will park like this way, like across 4 spaces. Baker parked in the middle of the road the other day. I was like, cool, great, parking spaces are not supposed to be used. But just park all over the place, whatever, and then go inside, go to my desk, check my emails. Then we have this routine where we always start our morning off great with coffee. And so we walk over to the coffee shop, grab coffee, then I go check on my phone calls, my emails, do that stuff. This week I didn't do really much of that because we were in here working on this awesome room. We were grinding away on this room.
That'll preach.
That's right, I was trying to be funny. It didn't work. So, these next 4 weeks, we're going to look at how we can overcome the adversity and fighting for our faith in the busyness of life. In the busyness of the grind, all right? So, that's my schedule. That's the normal grind that I go through. And not complaining. I think my schedule's great, and I love it. But today we're going to be focusing on this idea of suffering and calling in the grind, all right? And it's this idea, suffering and calling in the grind. And so, Daniel, he suffered a lot, but he had a big calling. And so he chose his calling over his suffering because he knew God was going to provide, all right? So, I'm just like sum up this week for you because I think you guys would really appreciate me being truthful with you guys on my week and my grind. So I started this week off with this big plan, right? I'm like, new year, I know exactly what it's going to look like. Monday morning, I'm going to hit the ground running. I bumped into Matt Shively on Sunday and I was like, oh, you don't work Monday. I was like, okay, never mind. I'll just reschedule my plans. It's okay. And so then I was like, Tuesday morning, I'm going to hit the ground running, all right? I'm going to start off. We're going to get here, we're going to measure out the snack bar, everything's going to be great. We're going to go buy materials, and then Wednesday morning, first thing at 9 a.m., we're going to start building the snack bar. It's going to be great. We're going to get it done by Thursday afternoon, then we'll have some time to sleep. I'll work on my talk Thursday night. We'll be good to go. It's going to be great. Right? Right? That's how my week went, right? No. Alright? So, Monday morning rolls around and I start to get ready to go out the door and I'm like, wait, no. I can stay back today. So I just chilled and I car shopped a little bit. Because I'm still without a vehicle and I'm working on that. Hopefully we'll have something soon. Yeah, it's sad. My van died. That's all. Moment of silence for the van. Oh, it's okay though. That was 2017. This is 2018. New law. Let's go. No, for real. I'm gonna wear that out so quick on Wednesday. You guys will be like, oh, I hate that. They'll never it's on the hashtag. You're like, stop. Remove that hashtag. It's terrible. For real though, can we talk about the hashtag real quick? Oh my God. For real. So January 1 rolls around, right? And we're all like, new year, new me, gym, let's go, on the grind, la la la. And you post this photo of you holding a weight, and you're like, yeah! Okay, here's the deal. The way I know that you've been working out is when I see you, and I see that you've been working out. I don't need your photo that has to say, on my grind, all day long, working hard, yeah. Okay, stop, really? You did that one day last week. You didn't even go through the rest of the day, so stop lying, okay? But for real, we do that in our life. We do that, on the grind, in the grind. And so, this week's coming around, and we come to Tuesday, I come show up here, do the same thing. We walk with the coffee, grab coffee, and I got interrupted on my way to get coffee. And I was like, hey, you gotta do some stuff in the office. You gotta move this person around, blah, 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 this gotta get done. Well, the person that needed to move to a certain office, well, the office was not ready for that person to move into. It was dirty, it was dusty, there was stuff all over the floor, there's stuff everywhere. So I was like, well, then we have to clean that up and vacuum that out. Well, and then he needs a shelf, we put a shelf up. Well, and then we need to move all the stuff over. And so now it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, my day is ruined. I haven't even started on mapping this out. We haven't bought materials. There's no way I'm going to start by Wednesday. On top of that, winter camp, would email me out the wazoo, and it was like, we need your t-shirt order. We need this. We need this. And I was like, I can't even catch a breath just for the plans that I wanted to do. I had a plan that's in place, and I don't know if you guys know me. I'm really organized. I really have a system. I don't know if you guys have realized that by now. But try to coordinate my outfit, try to coordinate my talk, try to coordinate everything. Everything has a place. And so when stuff is out of order, I just feel I'm just I just can't. The grind is getting in the way. All this hard work and all these different things that are going away from my plan, I just can't. And so then get done with Tuesday, didn't do anything in this room other than bring my tools over. And Wednesday comes around and we finally get to go shopping, we finally get to plan out. And we built like a small frame. I know we did a lot on Wednesday, don't lie. We were here till 11 on Wednesday. A lot of your leaders in here just busted. They were on their grind this week and just crazy. We were here till 11 on Wednesday and grinding away. Work in the morning, grinding here at night. Then Thursday rolls around and we're like, we gotta get this done by Friday. We were in the framing stages, guys, by Friday. Like, we were still like figuring out like, wait, well, how much wood do we need? We need like a foot, 2 feet? I don't know. Like, we need like an extra piece of, like, it was crazy. And so like, we just grind away, we're trying to get it done. And so on Friday, we were here till,
1.
Yeah, on Friday, we were here till basically 1. Like, we got out at 1 and we finally went home, we're like, yep. And our bodies felt it, we were going to say, we're like, oh. Like, the grind just kills you. Like, you're just like, ah. So worth it. You guys are well worth it and some. But and so on top of all that, so you guys know I'm a DJ on the side, and so like wedding season is about to start in the spring. So I had like 4 different people hit me up and they're like, hey, can you do my wedding? Hey, can you? And they like wanted to meet with me like now, like yesterday, like Wednesday. And I was like, my inbox is like filling up with emails. I'm like, hey, do you want to do this like party? Hey, do you? I'm like, I can't. I don't have time to like even respond to them. And so like. Last night I was texting people back, I'm like, hey, sorry, I haven't like responded to your email, like, just the grind has been killing me, like, I've been using that word way too much this weekend. But for real, and so, just working, all the way through Saturday. And just realizing, like, it's funny how God works, you know, your talk matches up with everything. I got lost in my grind this week. Just lost. It was a lot. It was too much. My God, my big, giant God, the big God of the universe, became smaller than my small problems in my grind. Does that make sense? Like, my small problem of like, oh, I don't have a car, but I've been blessed to be using a vehicle. And oh, all these requests. And oh, all my dirty laundry. And oh, everything here. And all my little problem became bigger, my grind became bigger than my God. And see, Daniel, what I love about Daniel is he gets it. He gets that his God, no matter what his grind looks, no matter what his problem works, no matter what his suffering looks like, that his grind will never be bigger than his God, because he knows his God is faithful. And so, we're going to be kind of diving into that today. But I want to be transparent. I got lost in my grind this week. I got lost this week in the busyness of everything in my life. I got lost on the side of what God was doing and how big he was in the midst of all of it. And your leaders were on the grind this week, 24/7. I mean, those materials didn't just like, we didn't just buy the materials and be like, all right, Magic Fairies, build a snack bar. Woo! Like, it doesn't happen. Like, you got to do something. You got to pay somebody to do it, or you got to do it. And so, there's one thing I want to share, is that in the midst of this grind that we've been talking about, right? I'm aware of it. I don't know if you are, but I'm aware of it, that the gospel, the truth about who Jesus is, isn't just in these 4 walls. It's not meant to just stay in like this little room right here, this KAOS space, or the zone space, or the worship house. Like, we have all these cool names with these spaces, but in all reality, these spaces are just rooms. Studs and drywall. And pretty things. That's all it is. It's just rooms. The gospel is meant to be the grind of your everyday life. It's meant to be lived out in your everyday life. And so, as we be going through this 4-week series, you guys will see that come up over and over again, is that this gospel is meant to be lived out in the grind in everyday life. And so, if you're writing anything down, here's what I want you to write down. Life on earth, your life on earth is a grind. No, okay. You guys are like, whoo, you guys have been off way too long. So then I know some of you guys are like, all right, cool, my life on earth is a grind. Thanks, Matt. I haven't already noticed that. Like, my chores and everything else in my life. I'm grinding away, Matt. You don't get it. No, I do get it. But your life on earth is a grind because this world is so jacked up. And I was thinking, like, how do I even like worship, serve, live this life in a culture that doesn't even accept who Christ is. In a culture that doesn't even recognize Christ. You surround yourself with people that will do life with you. And that's where we're about to go to in Daniel. Because Daniel surrounds himself with him and his homies. He's like, let's go. Like, well, he didn't really have a choice. He got picked up. But he's like, let's go. Like, it's going to happen. We're going to be here together and ride or die. It's going to happen. So, Daniel, if you guys have your Bibles, or if you want a Bible, there's a great little silver crate back there. It won't be a Sky Bible, but you may want to read it for yourself. I challenge you guys. This is the first challenge. Bring your Bibles, because what we do in here on Wednesday nights sets you guys up for living your life, living your life through this grind, right? Because if our life on earth, if the gospel is our grind, how can we be grinding away without the instruction manual to our life? Well, exactly. I don't know. Me too. I don't know either. I still find things out that the Bible is like, I didn't even know that was there. But cool. Yep. Spark notes of history before we jump into verse 4. If you guys are turning to your Bibles, we're going to be in Daniel chapter 1, verse 4. So you can turn there. But I'm just going to spark notes kind of where we're at and what happened in Daniel's life. Is Daniel's with his friends. And basically a new era of a king comes in. And this is King Nebuchadnezzar. And so we're going to just label, because we're going to talk about it all throughout these 4 weeks. We're going to label King Nebuchadnezzar King Nebi, all right? So King Nebi, all right, is like, yo, what's up? I'm the new king. This is the Matthew edited version, okay? This isn't in the Bible. You can't find it anywhere. Yo, what's up? I'm the new king. I need to get, street cred out here. So go ahead and Israel, go ahead and grab all of the most beautiful women and wisest men and just bring them here against their will. Like, they have to come. Like, they're gonna live in Babylon with us, and this that way, so we have the street cred of being like the greatest city ever, basically. So he does that, and so Daniel, being the cool, wise, smart guy he is, and his friends that are being the cool, wise, smart guys that they are wrapped up and like, all right, cool, come on. We're going to test to see if you're really the wisest and the smartest, and you're going to come with us. And so basically, that's kind of where we're picking up with the story. Is King Nebu's already taken him, and basically he's like, all right, so long story short, you're going to get new names, because your names are kind of like names of God. And like they relate to God, and so we don't really want to do that. So I'm going to give you names of our fake gods. King Nebu's like, so I'm going to name you Daniel. Let's see what he names Daniel in verse 7, chapter 1. Sorry, right at the beginning, in the beginning of Daniel 1. Chapter 7. So the official chief basically gives Daniel the name of Belteshazzar, like. Okay, like, what? How does that even make sense? Like, I'd be like taking my name and be like, Matt, you are now Joseph. Like, those letters aren't even close in the alphabet. Like, what? Okay, like, the name of God that was given to Daniel is now being changed to basically all the names that they changed it to are false gods, like, they're going towards false gods. And so, Daniel becomes Balthazar. Okay. Noah, help me out because I might mispronounce this. Hanai, thank you. Is now changed to Shadrach. What? Okay. Michelle? Okay. English is not my first language? No. Michelle is now changed to Meshach. Okay. And Azariah is now changed to Abednego. That's the only close one. Like, out of all of them. Like, at least he stayed in the same alphabet. A. Like, so, and all these were false gods. So they renamed them to be false gods. And then King Nebi did this in desire to hopefully persuade them to becoming more like a Babylonian. Like, hey, I changed your name, you're going to have to be a Babylonian. And you're going to have to worship our gods. What? Okay. Like, you can change my name, I'm still going to worship God because of what he's done in my life. Like, that doesn't, like, okay, cool, whatever. And so Daniel, that's basically his response. He's like, okay, you changed my name. Like, it doesn't change the person who I am. Does it change who God has made me and wired me to be? And so, we're going to pick up, just because I don't want to I don't want to go too far off notes. We're going to pick up in verse, chapter 1, verse 8. Okay? We all there? Yep, no? Alright, can you see the Sky Bible? Alright. But this is, yeah, we'll pick up there, sorry. Let me give you some feedback, because this is up in verse 3. This one jumps around, and so it's really confusing, sorry. So, as well as changing their names, alright? And then we'll read verse 8 in a second, sorry. This will be really confusing when I read verse 8, and I didn't give you where we were at, because we skipped that. Verse 3, basically, so they not only did he change their names, he's like, oh, well, you're going to eat, because you're the wisest man, you're going to eat from the king's table. Like, we're going to give you wine and all of the greatness of our food and our banquets that we have every night. Like, okay, cool, whatever. And so we're picking up right here, we're picking up where Daniel's basically like, I'm not wanting to eat from the hand of this king, because then I become reliant on this king's needs, basically needing him for food. Because I know that my God's going to provide food for me. Alright? So, verse 8. There we go. That's where we're at. But Daniel resolved not to defy himself with the royal food and wine. He asked the chief official for permission not to defy himself in this way. So this is the first moment of Daniel standing his ground. Alright? He's like, change my name. Make me dress a certain way. Make me live in this terrible city with these terrible people and these false gods. But I won't disobey my God. I'm still going to follow the laws that God has put in place. And so, looking in the Greek in a different text, there's many reasons why Daniel could have did this. 1, because he wanted to follow the laws of God. 2, because it was pork and he wasn't supposed to eat that. There's that. And 3, because just his values, where he had his values at. He didn't want to have to become reliant on the king for food, because then that means he's becoming reliant on the king and not his God. Make sense? Nod your head if you're with me. I know it's early, we're first week back, trying to get back to the schedule of 10:45. Yeah, I got you. I'm trying to get you guys ready for school. You know, it's going to be a lot more rougher. You got to get up at like 7 a.m. Ugh. I don't even wake up at 7. I get up at like 8:30. I'm like, hey, Monday morning. Sorry, that was rude. My alarm just, you know me, so I live in a basement, so I hear all the dogs in the morning and all the people above me that go out in the morning. So I'm basically up at 6 with you guys as well, so don't worry about it. So Daniel's like, no, I'm not going to defy myself, I'm not going to eat from the king's table, so can I get permission not to do that? Picking up in verse 9, now God had caused the official to show favor. But the official told Daniel, I'm afraid the Lord my king who has assigned your food and drink, or I'm afraid of my Lord and the Lord the king who has assigned your food and drink. Why should he see you looking worse than the other young men at your age? So basically the king's mind was, hey, if I feed you all this great food, you'll be healthy, you'll be, wise and healthy and good looking and whatever, right? Daniel continues on. The king would have my head because of you, if you didn't look good, basically. Daniel said to the guard, who was the chief official, appointed over Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, please test your servants for 10 days. Alright? So this is a really cool moment. Daniel's like, hey, let me show you my God real quick, okay? I'm going to show you that he's faithful. I'm going to show you that he provides. So test us for 10 days. Just me, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. 10 days. That's all I want. 10 days. Okay? And then if it doesn't work, I'll go back to eating the king's food. Okay? But test us for 10 days. Give us nothing but vegetables to eat and water to drink. Okay. I don't know about y'all, but I like my In-N-Out burgers. I like my Chick-fil-A. I like my shakes. Actually, I'm cutting out dairy this year, so I don't know. We're gonna see. I don't get shakes as much. But I like food. And so I can't imagine myself being like, okay, test me for 10 days, God. Water and veggies. Like, can you see me? Like, can you picture me eating a veggie tray? No. We just did a donut on a string game, guys. Like, where do you think those come from? All leftover donuts are sitting there Monday morning to tip me. And when I go to the coffee shop, they're like, eat me! Or they're gonna throw me away! I'm like, oh, I don't want them to be thrown away. Oh no! Like, for real, like, I would feel terrible eating vegetables and water. But Daniel knows that God's going to provide in these 10 days. And so he's like, test us. Water and veggies. 10 days. That's all we want, right? Okay. So for 10 days, Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, I'm about to rename them. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are only eating water and veggies, right? Let's see what happens. Chapter 15. At the end of 10 days, not only did they look healthier, but better nourished than any of the younger men who ate royal food. That's a perfect drink break. For real though. So not only did the veggies and the water make them like, I mean, their hair must have started to look like, mine and Sam's beards are going for competition right now. But like, I'm saying like, it'd be a beard of like, just healthier, like, and then like, hair looks great, like, skin looks great, like, don't have to do facial scrub in the morning because my skin's great. Like, they just look better than the other younger, and it says not just like better than like the men, better than the other younger men. Younger men than me should look better than me. Why? Because I'm older and becoming frail and getting aches and, yeah, it's terrible. And so, God showed up in the little things, in food. You guys get how small that is, right?
Yes. Are you trying to teach me veggies?
No, I'm not. This is not a part, from your parents. Hey, my kids aren't eating their veggies. Make them eat their veggies. No, that's not what I'm saying. Veggies are good for you though, but you should eat some. A little green on your plate. But, what I'm trying to say is God took care of Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the small areas of their life because of where their faithfulness was at in that. You guys get that, right? Get how small food is for us. God's always going to provide food for us, no matter where we're at. Because the birds eat. You guys know that verse where it's like, the birds surely eat and they have plenty of food. They're not like dying. It's not like they're like, oh no, we have no food, and all the birds are gone. Like, no, the birds eat. So if the birds are taken care of with food, aren't we more valuable than birds?
Yes.
Who said no? Really? Hello? We are way more valuable than birds. Birds have feelings too, but they're birds. Can we fly? We cannot fly. Yes, we can. Airplanes. Boom. Boom! Money drop. I'm out, home. No. Don't lose sight. Don't lose sight. Don't lose sight. Come back. If God will take care of us in the small areas of our life, how hard is it for us to be faithful in those small areas of our life? See, not only was the king trying to change Daniel, change his personality, change everything about him, but he's trying to make Daniel reliant on the king and his culture and his favors and his gifts, his great food, his great dining. But God provided not only food, but health and protection over Daniel throughout his whole entire journey here with King Nebuchadnezzar. And you guys will see this over the next few weeks as we dive into like even crazier things than just food, veggies, and water. Some crazy epic things like a giant furnace. Yeah. But God provides for Daniel in the small things. And so my challenge for us as we go into this new year, 2018, not looking back, going forward, is how can we be faithful in the small areas of our life? And so, 2 things this week, alright? First thing, Wednesday night is back this week too. Woo! Okay?
Can I get away?
So first one, here's the first thing, alright? Here's the first thing. This is so weird, don't do that. The first thing, come be a part of a small group. Come be a part of a life group. Why do you think we call them life groups? We talk about this grind, we talk about this life that you're living. And you get to do that in community with other people that are going through life and in the grind with you. And then on top of that, we tell you to bring your Bibles. Why do you think we tell you to bring your Bibles? Because we want to show you how to get through the grind and use this as a tool to be able to survive the grind. Because if you're not surviving the grind, then you're just going to implode like I almost did this week. Noah looked at me and goes, "You need the rest." And I go, "I know, but I'm on my grind." Like, I didn't My challenge to you guys, right? Not only this week, but going forward to 2018, how can you guys be faithful in the small areas of your life? And so 2 things. 1, spend time with prayer with God. That's a small thing. Literally, it could be a minute. It could be 25 minutes if you need to talk to God for that long. Whatever you need to do. But spend the first part of your morning in prayer with God. I mean, I can't think of what a better way to start your day off than starting it with God. Okay? And second, start reading your Bible. Or start bringing your Bible to be read here with us so you guys can start understanding how to apply this to your life. Okay? Let's pray. And then we're going to reflect in a moment here over just Daniel's life and this idea of being in the grind. Hey God, just so grateful for everything that you have done in our life. God, I'm thankful for this new year. I'm thankful for just the blessings that you have given us in the midst of this grind. God, I ask that just in these next few moments that we can just sit and reflect. That we can just sit and reflect on our life. That we can sit and reflect on just where we're at. God, I ask that as we go forward in these small areas of our life, that you can help us be faithful. God, that you can help us be faithful in these small areas, that you are always going to show up in big ways. But God, I ask that you can help us have hearts to respond in those areas, in those ways. So that when we make a promise, when we make a commitment to do something, that you help us follow through with that. And so God, I ask that all these students and leaders in this room can make a commitment to, whether it's reading their Bible or spending time with you at the first part of their morning. God, I ask that you allow us to do that faithfully. God, allow us to be like Daniel, and in the small areas of our life, be faithful as you are faithful to us. God, thank you for your truth. Thank you for your word. And thank you for your love. And we pray this in your holy precious name. Amen.